Hello everyone. I'm gonna try and set this up a little better. Ooh. Okay, there we go. But yeah, the title is exactly what we're gonna do today. I have another book that I'm like nearing the end of, and okay, I thought my palette might have been like sandy, but I have another book that's like coming towards the end, so that means I need to get a cover going on. Now, I did some work a long time ago to try and figure it out, but I never came up with something that I liked. So we're just gonna go back at it and see if we can't figure something out today. Maybe not today. Maybe today sparks an idea that I finish tomorrow. Who knows? But yeah, I'm also really proud to say that I've condensed my art supplies to pretty much. Essentially, they all fit here. Like this is kind of all I have, aside from my palette and then my acrylic paints and my canvases and stuff. Like most of my art supplies are right here. I had to make sure my nails are clean. Okay. Stop wasting time. So the main points of the story, right? So the main things I want to include in the cover. The story deals with, well, for one, let's see. For one, there is a male lead, or I guess I don't know, main character, whatever. There's a female lead, and then there's like a villain. I don't know how to. So we can add the villain. There's a plane which plays a big part, like an airplane. And then there is, what else do we need to add in? Male lead, female lead. There's a villain. The plane plays a big role. And then, well, there's really two villains. But I think one of them is more important than the other. But we're getting in the weeds now. The other one is an island tribe. So that's the 5 things that I guess are like most on top of my mind for adding to the cover. But I don't know. I want to figure out. Let's put this over here. Also, this is my other book. If you don't know, this is my other book. I finally made it an audiobook, or not audio. I'm sorry, an ebook. I finally made an ebook. So it's only like $1.99 on my Ko-fi. So yeah, that's really cool. I was really happy. You know, let me put that in chat just in case. Let me put that in chat just in case. Actually, I don't think I can comment. I have to do it the other way. All right, but it'll be all right. Yeah, so I just want to work out some compositions right now. So one that we can do, and the one that I've seen, is something like, well, I'm gonna work from like this. Like this is kind of the idea I had. You have hey Melis. All right, so we had the idea of like you keep one like a male character, the main character here. However you want to work it out. All right, and then we have the female character like this, but have her be like this. And hair, whatever, over here, hair over here. Like that. Thank you. I appreciate it. And like this, and then I'm just gonna work out the composition because I have no clue what this should look like. I wish I had, you know what, I do have it. It's downstairs. I'm gonna go grab it real quick. I lied earlier about my art supplies being in one spot. They're all over. All right, let me grab them. I have one more thing that I actually want to include, which is a gray marker. So I guess we can, like, you know, do this to keep the face clear. But yeah, I don't know what to do. I just really, it's been a while since I've done a, how did I do it? Okay, I did like this actually. It's been a while since I've done a book cover. And the last one wasn't really like, I didn't really have to choose much. It just kind of was what it was. Like it just kind of was center figure and then background. But this one I feel like I actually have to, I feel like I actually have to like plan it out. So if we do something like that, do we add in a neck? I guess we do. I guess that'd be weird if it didn't have a neck. But then we put that all in shadow. Maybe something like that, and then I don't know, maybe we put the plane in front. I don't want to put the, well, I guess we can, let's see. I keep, let's put the plane here. I like to like stress myself out over how things will look when before I even do them. Something like this. And this is just for memory, because I have like no idea how the actual plane would really look. Yeah, I don't know if I like that. I don't think I like that at all. I actually think I hate that. All right, but I mean, whatever. Whatever. It's just the first idea. I'm gonna switch the sides. Just an idea. This marker's really dry. Yeah, I don't like that at all. I mean, I like this. I like the central part. Like, I like this sort of thing. Well, one, I think she should have, okay. This is a good first, so let's put this as number 1. I like the idea of his face being like this. However it looks, you know. I like the idea of his face being this size on the side of that page. But I think she should be bigger, or I think we should have more of her showing. So we'll do this again. Whatever, just fill this in. Yeah, and I think she should be... Do we do full body? Do we do that? Let's see. Do we put... Let's see. Maybe we do something like that. I kind of like that. I don't mind. I don't mind her being full body. I think she should overlap like this for sure. Dude, oops. Okay. I like that. And then what if we did like, okay, you know what? Let's look at there's a website I really like called Pulp Covers, and it shows a lot of different like illustrations for book covers. So let's look. Okay, I'm gonna look at them. Taking a look at. Let's zoom out. Right now, I'm taking a look at pulp covers. A lot of these go. I think I can show you guys this. Let's pull it up. I have so many like notes around my room. I just want to make sure I'm not exposing my plans. All right. If you've never been, this is pulpcovers.com. They're very cool. It's a very cool website. This is a cool composition. And they kind of leave this space for the title. That's another thing you have to think about when you're doing illustration for book covers, is like you have to save this space. There was one I really liked above. We just saw a second ago. And also, oh, I like this one. I really like this one. Because you can see like there's definitely something in the front and something in the middle. The foreground, the middle woodground, and the background. I almost feel like a lot of this in the background isn't even necessary. But I like this. I like this space in the corner here that like takes up a big part. What if we did something? You know, let's see. If we had the book like this. And then we did. You know, let me grab. I have a sketchbook. Oh my goodness, I'm not even showing you guys. Okay. I do have a sketchbook where I planned out one of these. A lot better. All right, we can figure that out later. But what's gonna be in this middle spot? Or what's gonna be on this side spot? It's difficult. It's difficult to think about. Well, difficult to plan, I guess. That's how I should say. Because it can literally be anything. But I think the big thing I want is like his expression. I think his expression is kind of the main thing. All right, so what if we did something like this? Let's do another box. whatever. I always like misspace it. What if we did like that, and then we had his figure like this, shoulder, chest, stomach. Because the original plan for the cover was something like this. I wish I knew which sketchbook the original idea was in. I think I might, but you know what's crazy? I keep buying the same exact sketchbook, so whenever I'm looking for it, all the sketchbooks look the exact same. When you lay down, are your thumbs, hold on, let's see, wait, hold on. If I'm laying on the right side of my face, yeah, my thumb would be inside, okay, my thumb would be here. This is the stuff you gotta think about. Her thumb is here, maybe she has like a bracelet or something. Her arm. Something like that. I don't mind that. At least the composition wise, I don't mind. Like, maybe we put her face in the front instead of the guy's. Something like that. You would still see her shoulder, I think. So we'll put a shoulder in. Maybe just do like that. And then here we can put like the dressers and drawers and stuff. It literally, I would imagine for you guys, this probably makes literally no sense. Like, you have no context of what any of this stuff is, or like why things would be a certain way. Ooh, I actually really like this monochromatic look with like the blue. We could do that. I could do that. We could do that for the... We could definitely make that work. I like that. I think what we're gonna have to work out though is the pose for her laying here like this. Because if we're gonna have him like this, looking like sideways like that, we're gonna need something different with her face. Because this, I mean, I just made this up in like a couple seconds, but this doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Yeah, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense, like just contextually, like on the page. Oh, people are still watching. Okay, thank you guys. I'm literally surprised people are still watching this. My absolute madness. Let's do it again. Let's delve into the craziness again. All right. We can zoom out again. All right. I really like this one. Let's say this is 2, this is 3. I am liking how this is looking so far. I love the monochromatic. The only thing is this pose makes no sense. Like the way she's on the page, it makes no sense. Let's look for some more inspiration. I'm gonna keep looking. Let's see. Let's look for some more inspiration. See if we can't narrow it down. I'm always so scared. I'm always so scared that my tabs are gonna be crazy, or that like something's gonna pop up on the screen. But I should just relax because, ooh, this is amazing. Let's open it in a new tab. Open. Can you open? Oh, yeah, there. Open image in a new tab. This is tremendous. Look at this. This composition is beautiful. Boom, 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 boom. Clear outline, clear as can be. And this is kind of similar to what we have going on right now. The only thing is they're both like at the same distance from the camera, if you know what I mean. Like they're both in the same situation, which is different than what we have going on. But we can work with that. We can work with that. You know what? Let me grab real quick. I'm gonna sneeze. Excuse me. Let's just put something else on the screen. Okay. Let's put. Oh, this was something else. Okay. This was another one that I saw a while ago that really looks more like what I'm trying to do. Let me grab. I'm gonna try to find that sketchbook real quick for you guys. It's one of these sketchbooks. I have so many. Like, let's see. I keep buying these ones from. I buy these from Five Below because they're actually so sick. The only thing is that I don't think they sell them anymore. But I keep buying the same, like 1, 2. Where's my third one? 3. I probably have more somewhere else, but I'm gonna scan through these real quick. Oh, I think, is it this one? No. No, okay, it's not this one. Is it this sketchbook? Let's see. It is the sketchbook. Hold on, let's see it. Okay, so we have a couple different ideas. The first one, or one of them, is this. This was one of the ideas for a book cover for this book, and I actually took this one pretty far. I just messed up the actual like painting process, and so I've been discouraged from this like image ever since. I would love to grab it, but I don't know where it is. But yeah, this was one of the first ones I planned out, but I don't think it'll work, just because I just don't think it'll work out. I love the circle, but I don't think it'll work out. Yeah, here was some more planning for the same book cover. I started this a long time ago, but I just haven't had the urge to like really finish the cover. I'm looking for one because there's one that looks really nice, or one that like really sticks out to me. Is this it? Oh, here it is. Okay. Excuse some of the other stuff on this page, but this idea I really like, of the figure and then the woman sleeping kind of like this, and that's actually looks really similar to what's on the screen a second ago. And then this led to this, which I really love. Which this would be more. I don't know. I mean, this would be more like. I don't know. I don't know if this would work per se because of. I guess it could. I guess it could. It's just like relying on. And I actually started this one. So this is what I have so far for this. Let me back up. So I started like a long time ago. When I say a long time, I mean like 5 months ago, 6 months ago maybe. I did this painting, which I don't love anymore. And then I did this painting, which I still like this one. This one's fine. And then the idea was to have something like this. You guys see what I'm going for? Like this kind of... Actually, it's very similar to it. I hadn't even seen this image until like today or yesterday. It's really similar to this idea. Hey, oh, Sarai. What's up, Sarai? It's been a long time. Which is similar to this idea, which I really love. But I just can't seem to comprehend how to stack it all together, I guess. That's the thing. And I also want to change this, the whole, like, the way she looks. I think she looks too, like... I don't want to say too pretty, but... I don't think that's the... I mean, the character is kind of like that, but I don't think this really... I don't know if this fits the character anymore. So we need to do something about that. But I love this. So we're going to do something like that. Let's do another, like, sketch. I have this edit of Darth Vader stuck in my head. And so if I hum something, that's what it's from. All right. So let's say we do... Draw her head. Oops. The thing is, the last time I did this sort of composition, I had her hair take up so much of the, like, whatever was remaining because I didn't know how to fill it out otherwise. Just do this simply. Adding her nose and her lips. I also really love the way the hand turned out on this one. It's just really simple, and like I didn't even do too much planning for it, but I think it turned out really nice. All right, I think we should focus on... I don't know. It's really difficult. Because I don't have references. Like, I don't just have references of women laying on the ground. You guys know what I mean? Like, I don't just have photos. Like this. I don't just have photos of women laying on the ground like this. So it's like I just have to make it up. At least for this. Like, I mean, I guess I can think of... I mean, I'm sure you could find... I'm sure those images exist, but... I also... You know what I didn't even, like... I didn't even think of mentioning right now, but, like... It's a little risque. This one's a little, like... I don't know, it's a little much. It's a little... Like, I get wanting to have some appeal on the book and on the cover, but this is a little... I think this might be a little much. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I was just, like, less... Maybe I just cared less back then when I drew this. But I think it might be a little much. I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know. Like, maybe it's not too much. Maybe I do the same thing next time. It's so hard to tell until something's like finished, if it'll look okay. There we go, okay. Now I don't want to just fill this in with color just for the sake of it. I want to actually make it look reasonably reasonable. I might fill it in with fill in the composition with curls just for the sake of like filling it in. You know what if we did something like this where her hand, like she gets like the double, you know that double chin thing when you look up? Maybe we'll give her like that. And then we'll have her hand like resting like this maybe. And then we can do all the whatever we were doing with like the covers, covering her like this. Who knows? Who knows? Okay. These marker fumes might be getting to my head now. That's a joke, but like for real, they might be. All right, so there's her body under the covers. I guess that looks okay. I guess that makes some sense. Should zoom in, I guess. Or no, I think that's good. We can zoom in. We don't need to zoom in. So I think that makes a little bit of sense. She's under the covers right there. And then the idea was to have the other main character like either one. So the first option was to have him like have her be like this, and then have him be like a little speck like that in the background. That was the first idea, like have him be a speck. The second idea was to have her again be the main focus. There you go. And then have him be like this, like have him actually be like normal size behind her. I don't know if you can see that. They both are okay, I guess. I think one of them reads a little better. Let's see. Where's a black color pencil when you need it? I think option 2. Okay, well let's see. Hold on. I think option 2 looks. I don't know if you saw this, Sarai, earlier, but this is what I mean by option 1. Like this is what I was looking at for option 1. Like have her just be the whole focus of the bottom half of the page, and then have him just be like a little, almost like a speck. And then this one is like have her still take up the same space, but then have him actually be like a full completed figure. And this right here, this little drawing is what eventually turned into these two paintings, right? And I just can't seem. Well, one, the portrait has to be redone. It has to be redone. Like, I think the pose looks nice. Everything looks okay. Her head's a little too small, but I just don't like how she looks right now. I think she looks like a little too clean and pretty. But the idea was like this. The idea... I thought it was my leg. I thought this was my leg for a second. I'm like, yo, what? What in the world? All right, the idea is like this. I almost wish we could like hit remove background in real life. But the idea was like that. Have that and then have, you know what we can do? Turn to a blank page. So that's the idea. That was the idea. Boom. And I guess, you know, I don't hate this figure. I really don't. I actually really like this figure. And I think I could still use this one. I just think she needs to change. I think we need to work. This will be like my homework on the back of this. But all right. But I'm glad we're working this out. I actually really appreciate the help. You know, let's see what the spec idea looks like. Oops, you guys can't even see. Sorry. I need to think about the camera first. Okay, so this is what the spec idea is. This is like the spec as in like small specular item. Okay. Something like that. And then have the title. Let me actually try for this title as well. This is the hard part. Okay, we need to fit Egel, the two words Egel and island on one line. There we go. There we go. Okay. I don't hate that. I don't dislike this one. I actually really like it. I just think the other one's better. I don't hate this one. I just think, you know, we can also do something like this too. Yeah, I don't hate that one. I just think this one is a little bit, at least this idea is a little more full. I just don't know how to put her on her own little like. I just don't know how to put her on her own little like thing, like how to keep these two ideas separate but the same. Let's do a small one again. I don't think I'll get to I don't think I'll get to paint this today. But do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know how to. Oh, this. I think this one is kind of mysterious. Yeah, it definitely has like a creepy, like she's being stalked vibe. But she's not being stalked, but. Um, this one definitely does have like she's being stalked vibe. But I don't know how to put her like on her own little like segment, but also have it be the same segment as he's on, just like in different space. You know what? You know what? What if we work reverse? What if we work from shape to clarity? What if we do this? What if we work from like... I know I want to have her something like this, regardless of what it ends up looking like. Something like this. Alright. And I know somewhere in there I want him to be in the background, maybe like this. Does that shape work? No, I think... you know what? Let's do that. Let's do a bunch of those. Let's actually do a bunch of those. Am I bleeding? Let's see. Is this paper bleeding? A little bit. Paper is bleeding a little bit. Oh, that'd be alright. I think it'd be okay. Okay. Are you ready with ASMR? Could you imagine if I started doing ASMR? Can you guys hear the scribbles? Let's get up close on these scribbles. I like that composition. What if we did this one? And then we did doot, 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 doot. One thing I like though about some of these illustrations from back in the day, I love that they leave a lot of open space for the title and the text. This one I like a lot less, I think. These fumes are getting strong. I'm gonna get a little outlandish right now. Let's do this. Let's see what this looks like. Literally, I'm being fully taken by these fumes. That's why I almost like, that's why I half got rid of these. I gave them to my brother and I just went back to go grab them from him. But I don't like how much they literally smell like, they smell like home renovation. If you've ever like had to like paint a wall or like take out carpets or do anything like that. It literally smells like that. But they work. They're really nice. Like, I enjoy painting. I enjoy drawing with them. But I'm like that with oil paints too. I literally the most sensitive little boy when it comes to oil painting. I do that. Do you guys ever? I don't know if you guys have had. If you guys grew up with the same experience, but do you ever like? It depends on what kind of person you are, but some people like when they walk past a smoker, they like intentionally start coughing, or they intentionally start like making it seem like they're doing the craziest act you ever heard of. I'm definitely not one of those people. I will let people. I don't care if people smoke. I mean, I would prefer they didn't, but I know some people that would like that are offended by other people smoking, and that's what I don't know. That's maybe these made me think of that. The one thing I don't like about so far the book covers I've done in these little sketches is that there's so much missing. Like so much important stuff in the book is missing. But I guess it just has to be like that. I can't I can't add everything. What's up, Blue? It's good to see you. All right. I don't. See, this one feels like this kind of idea, which is what I had originally. Whereas, like the one up here, this seems like too movie poster. Like, oh, there's this stuff down here, and then there's this big face, and then there's this, and then there's this. It seems like this seems a little too much. I think this one's a little too much. This one feels like too movie poster-esque. That kind of like composition. It's okay, but it seems like really movie poster. I like. So far, my favorite is this one, I think. I just can't seem to figure out how this makes any sense. Like, these two angles don't... Like, this and this don't line up. We'll get it figured out. We'll get it figured out. I like this one, too. I like that one, too. Back before I used to even draw anything that looked like humans or landscapes or anything, I was really into abstract art. That was when I found like Peter Draws, and I was really like stoked on just using pens and stuff. And I used to do stuff like this where I would just, I don't know, be like more like just draw whatever the lines kind of looked like. I never really had any plan either. That's how I used to draw a lot when I was a kid. I don't know how you guys worked when you were kids, but I would draw stuff as a kid. I would literally be like, this is like, let's see if I can even access that part of my mind anymore. I used to be like, as a kid, if I wanted to draw something, I would just be like, okay, let's do this. That kind of looks like this kind of, and then I see something come out of here maybe. And then maybe this makes sense. And then I would literally just keep doing this until like I came to a point where I'm like, oh, you know what that looks like? Well, what does this? This looks like nothing. I guess we just keep going. But I used to literally draw like this when I was a kid. I think everyone did though. I guess I kind of see it like a face. I think kind of fun. This is just like nonsense. Just drawing complete nonsense. This is how I worked as a kid. Well, not worked, but this is what my process looked like as a little kid. I don't even know what I'm doing right now. We got so off topic. I was literally like making a small example, and now I'm entrenched. Entrenched? Is that a word? Entrenched? And what would his arms look like? Maybe they look like big claws. Well, I don't know. Maybe you know. I just know entrenched, or whatever the word is, from the Gettysburg Address. I guess you didn't have to learn the Gettysburg Address, but in America, they made us recite the Gettysburg Address for class. And I remember there was a part where it goes, and now, does it say drenched? I can't believe that's the word. And now we are drenched in a, there's no way the Gettysburg Address said that. And now we are entrenched in a great civil war. I don't think that's the word. I can't believe that's the word. Is it engaged? I just can't believe that would be entrenched. Let me look it up. I'm gonna look this up. If the word is entrenched, I'll be surprised. And now we are entrenched. Oh snap, Tat the Tank, man, what's up? It's been a long time. We're just wondering what the word of the Gettysburg Address is. If it's now we are entrenched in a great civil war. I'm gonna get to the bottom of this before I finish this drawing. I could have just looked up Gettysburg Address. No. No way. Okay, this is like a Mandela effect. The word is engaged. It literally is just now we are engaged in a great civil war. I thought there was something special. I thought he said like, and now we are entrenched in a great civil war. All right, whatever. This is how I used to draw as a kid. That's the end of the story. There we go. Look at that. All right. I think overall, the one I like the most is like what I had, which is funny. The one I planned all along, which was this one, back like months ago. This one I think is the one I like the most. I need to figure out how to do her pose. I did another drawing here, not that one. I did another drawing here that was a little better on the face, but I still need to work something else. So I guess that'll be my goal for tomorrow. Is to find out how to get that done. There's some really strange drawings in this sketchbook. Like this is like haunting. Tell me this isn't like weird. This is like one of the strangest. I actually like this one. This one's kind of cool. But this is a strange drawing. All right. If you didn't see earlier, this was the yeah, this was another one I tried. I'm gonna pull that out real quick if I can find it. Wait, I know where it is. Oh, this is a separate thing. This is separate. This isn't a book cover, but this is something else I drew a long time ago. Here it is. This is it. I think this turned out so rough. I think I just overworked it and I just stressed myself out. I don't mind the explosion. I think looks okay from far away. The portrait is so rough. The clothes are really rough, even from like far away. So yeah, this one definitely, I think this is done. I don't think I'll ever come back to this idea. At least for this drawing. The face is just so rough. And most of the issue came because I was working from like a really poor reference. Like I was just working from, I was actually working from a photo of Shia LaBeouf. If that makes anyone feel good. But all right, I streamed for an hour today. I think that's it. Yeah, I'm just gonna get off and I'm going to, I guess tomorrow the goal is to figure out her pose. So yeah. I was really glad to see all you guys. It's good to see you, Tata Tank. Blue, it's always good to see you. We saw Sarai earlier. Man, that sucks. Moving is mad stressful. The other day I helped people move, and it was just stressful. There was so much heavy stuff, just picking it up and moving it. That's why I try to own less. I'm really trying to own as little as possible. Well, I guess as little as makes me still comfortable. All right, it's really good to see you guys. Really good to see you guys. Maybe I'll be back on soon. I don't know when, but tomorrow the goal is to get this pose figured out. So maybe I'll go live when I need to figure that out. But all right. I'll see you guys later. Bye.